I'm making this video 4 days after donating eggs in the UK. So this video is for anybody who's thinking of doing the same, either for altruistic donation or because they're having the procedure done as part of their IVF treatment. If you've watched my other videos as well, I've talked about how to inject the treatment drugs, and I also made a video before I went in for the operation the day before. So it's now 4 days since the op. The op was extremely quick. It's only 15 minutes long. So by the time I'd actually gone to sleep, I woke up thinking that it hadn't happened, and I was thinking, why am I still waiting? I wasn't in any pain at all. The only slightly uncomfortable thing was the drip that was attached in the back of my hand, which when I came round, it was attached to a drip which had at least maybe a litre, like a squash bottle sized amount of saline going into my body. That was quite uncomfortable, and my hand felt bruised, so I just couldn't wait to get that out. But I had to stay still waiting until the drip had finished. But that was the only thing that was uncomfortable. I bled quite a lot. I heard somebody outside the recovery area say, this lady is bleeding moderately, and I thought, oh really, what does that mean? But nobody seemed to be concerned, and the bleeding stopped in the night after the operation. The day after the operation, walking was a bit uncomfortable. I did go for a walk, only a mile or so, but that was every footstep felt a little bit uncomfortable. So I got back to work. I just came home and worked at home on my computer, sitting at my laptop, which was absolutely fine. I felt completely fine in myself, so I just got on with my work. I just wouldn't have been up to exercising or really walking. The day after that, so 2 days after the operation, I was able to go to a yoga class. And it's Ashtanga Mysore style, which means that you work through it at your own pace on the Ashtanga sequence, and I was able to do the whole thing as normal, which I was quite surprised about, but it felt great, so I did that. And then the day after that, so 3 days after the operation, I went for a swim, and that felt completely fine. And I did check, I rang the hospital the day after the operation to say, when can I get back to swimming? And they said, well, if your bleeding has stopped and if you're feeling fine, not in any pain, then just go back to normal, just see what you can cope with. So I was really glad to get back in the pool. So it's now 4 days since, and I really want to get back to running, but I really don't quite feel up to it yet. My tummy still feels a little bit unusual. It's not painful. It just feels a bit. If I run or move too quickly, it feels a bit jolting. So I'm going to give it a little bit longer before I go for a run. What else? I haven't needed to take any pain medicine at all. After the operation, the nurses wondered if I wanted to have anything, including something that they do as a suppository. But I wasn't in any pain in that department at all. The only pain, as I said, was in the back of my hand with the needle from the drip in it. But I haven't even had any paracetamol. After the operation, I probably had about between 6 and 8 stomach cramps, like quite bad period pain. Or at least I think that's how period pain would feel. I don't very often have it, but that's kind of what I remember. The kind of pain where you just want to sort of crunch up in the middle and bend over. But it passed off really quickly, and I can't really say it was painful. It was more sort of uncomfortable than anything. So all in all, my experience of the whole thing has been really positive. And I've written 2 cards because there's been 2 ladies who've received the eggs that were collected from me, and just wishing them luck with their pregnancy and every success as a family, as they hope that the pregnancy takes and they're able to carry it to full term. And I'd definitely do it again. So I've asked the nurses at the hospital to leave me on their register, and I think within a few months or maybe next year I'll be able to do it again. So I hope that the videos I've made have been interesting and reassuring for you. If you've got any questions, please leave them in the comment box below. And if you're interested to read a bit more in detail about the procedure itself and my recovery and everything leading up to the operation, it's all in my blog, which is http://projecteggs.wordpress.com. Thanks very much.